a mother with dreams and visions, but through pain and tears of untold story. But God is in the midst of her.
It is yet another wonderful Saturday that we come to your sitting room, to your laptop, wherever you're watching us from. This is Wings and Beauty coming to you all the way from Chuck Guest House. Remember, it is a place that has the best accommodation. It's a Christian-founded restaurant. You can book a date, you can book accommodation, you can book a conference with them, and the Lord will do you well. Remember, Wings is about women that the Lord has helped. God has given them wings to fly high. No matter the situation and the conditions that they have gone through, these women have said, no, they cannot die, they cannot let go, because they know God still cares for them. And so with me this wonderful Saturday, we have a wing in the studio that the Lord has really helped. And so, take this time, welcome with me to the studio, my wonderful wing. Karibu sana. God bless you for coming.
Asante sana.
Kindly say hi to our viewer, let them know and give us a brief history in your background. Who are we talking to this wonderful evening?
Good evening, viewers. My name is Celine. I'm a born-again Christian, a mother of 3, and recently married. I grew up in the outskirts of Nairobi,
Okay.
where my mom and dad separated when I was 4
When
years
you're talking
old.
about outskirts of Nairobi, is it Ushago or within the vicinities but far from Nairobi?
Actually, I would say it's Ushago for
Okay,
us,
okay.
because that's where my parents came from.
Okay.
My dad came from. And mom and dad separated when I was 4 years old, and I was left with dad. Mom just left. I actually met her for the first time last year, after 30 years.
Listen,
Yes.
we know when parents get separated, children are left with their mother.
Yes.
How did you end up being left with your father?
I can't really tell,
Yeah.
because I was very young. I was 4 years old when they separated, and mom just left us with dad.
How many were you?
We were 2, she left with 1.
And you were left with a dad?
Yes, I was the firstborn, and by my younger brother.
Okay.
And dad passed on years later. I was in class 1, around class 1 or class 2.
Was he sick?
No, he had an accident and he passed on.
Jesus.
I was 7 years old at that time. Yeah.
Now, during this time that you have been left to stay with your father, was any grandmother available, like the mother to your dad or something?
Yes.
Yes.
There were my grandparents, my dad's mom and dad,
Yeah.
and also his brothers and sisters were around.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like I was around family.
So you have already become a child of the community.
Yes.
Now, your mom has left. Your dad has passed on after maybe class 7, which was just a difference of around 3 years.
Yeah. No, I was not in class 7. I was 7
Only
years
7
old.
years.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about, this is 4 years left. Now, 7 years your father has passed on. So you had only 3 years to enjoy your father. And not really enjoying, because we know fathers, the way they appear and disappear. You know, they have to work, they have to do this. How was your coming up? My God.
Basically, when mom left us with dad, there was no difference actually, because dad was a hands-on person.
Okay.
And I remember he was very fond of me.
Okay.
And
You were named after the mother.
his mom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was very fond of me, and there was no difference. I didn't see any big difference, not until he passed on. So when he passed on, I was put into this kind of life whereby I had to go now to be taken out to a public school, because I used to be in a private school, to a public school. And here I'm put in the hands of his brothers who are not married. They don't know how to bring up a child.
My God.
They basically didn't have an idea on how to bring up a child.
Now, not only a child, Celine, we are talking about a girl child.
A girl child. Wow. But grandmother was there, and grandfather. Okay, grandfather till now he's an alcoholic. And actually my life was filled with abuses and insult. He used to insult, call us names. But my grandmother was born again.
Wow.
She was a woman of great faith. And we used to have these cousins, my dad's cousins, who used to live with us.
Yes.
Those ones who come from Ushago, and they, because our home is near Nairobi,
Yes.
they in campus, they are living in our home.
Okay. So they come from home going to campus.
Going to campus.
Wow.
So, and I think this is where the devil started with my life,
Okay.
because they used to molest me.
When you're talking about molestation, we are talking about like raping, having sex with you.
Yes,
At that tender age.
at 7 years. Basically, touching, they started with touching, and then it grew into other
it
things.
upgraded.
It upgraded into other things, and I had no one to tell. Basically, because I told you my uncles, I am the first child in that home. I'm the first
The
grandchild.
first grandchild. Okay.
Yeah, my dad was the firstborn.
Okay.
So they had no idea of how to bring up children. So how they approached it. Each time I did something, you see the way when a child is going through something,
Yes.
they become rebellious.
Yes.
They become quiet, and that is how I became.
You keep it to yourself.
You keep it to yourself, and
Yes.
then you start doing things to seek for attention.
Okay.
So I would seek for attention in maybe picking things in school, picking things at home, but I needed attention.
Okay.
Now what they did is they used to beat me. I've actually got so many scars on my body.
When they are doing this beating,
Yeah.
what are they using?
A whip maybe, a nyahunyu, you see that black whip?
Yes, yes.
That one.
Yenye inachapanga punda.
Yes. I actually, nilikuwa na chapwa, my body was full of scars, even sticks. Sometimes I would come from my friend's place and find them lined up outside, all of them with whips. They're waiting for me, and they would
Like the way we were being beaten in school by many teachers.
Yes,
What?
yes, yes.
Now, during this time that your father has passed on, your mother never had a thought, like, I left a girl, let me go back and check.
She never came back. I didn't even know how my mom looked like. I heard from people that she looked like me. I didn't know how she looked like.
My
until
God.
last year. Yeah,
Until last year,
yeah.
when you're big like
After
this, you
30
already a
years.
mother.
Yes.
Now, baby girl, this is an environment that is not conducive at all.
At all, at all, at all.
This is an environment that you have nobody to tell what you're going through. And the people that you thought they love you, now that's your dad in the grave, this is your mom, you have never met her.
Yeah.
How are you going to cope? Putting in mind 7 years, we're talking about 7 years, is a grade 1 child in today's world.
Yes.
How did you cope with school? Did you trust people? What kind of friends did you choose to yourself?
I became a bully.
Eh?
I became a bully. Then I used to bedwet. At home, I was a very timid child. In school, I was a bully.
So you were taken to a boarding school?
No, 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 no.
Okay, okay.
I used to bedwet at home,
Yes.
and I was very timid at home. But then when it comes out there, I used to be a bully.
So we are dealing with two different kinds of
Personalities.
Celine. Yes.
Yes. And I became a bully, and but at home I was this quiet child. And I remember one day my uncle saying, "This one is a hypocrite. She keeps quiet here, but outside there, she does things." And
Were you reported at any one time from school? Were you reported home that this is what Celine is doing, so that now they can start figuring out this is a different person we are dealing with?
I guess no one cared, because I don't know, no one cared.
And putting in mind you are in a public school.
Yes.
Whereby everybody, kila mtu afanye venye anataka. Ukisikia utafanya homework.
Utafanya shauri yako.
Jesus.
Even at home, no one cared. You see, I used to do things. I used to pick things. I used to beat my cousins, and no one cared to know why she behaving.
Why is she doing this?
All they did is putting blame on me. I'm very bad. I'm a rebellious child. And actually, it has taken me a lot of time to even think of myself like I am valuable.
In a positive manner. Because
in a positive manner.
Selling words are very powerful.
Yes.
The Bible says, I believe it should be in the book of Proverbs that talks about watch your words. You watch your words, because words are very powerful.
Yeah.
They don't forget, like internet, that word once spoken, it starts growing.
True.
How did you take yourself from there now?
I used to think I am a very bad person. I used to think I was not an important person. There was nothing in me that was good. That is how I used to take. I've actually spent my whole adulthood trying to heal from my childhood trauma
Wow.
because of the things that were said to me and about me.
Okay.
And sometimes they would beat me and tell me I'll amount to nothing.
What?
I am, I was called so many things. Huh? And that is when I went to high school.
Okay.
And
You still went through the home serene, ama you went far?
I went to a boarding school.
Okay.
And I was so happy because now I'm in a boarding school. The molest has stopped.
Yes.
But when I came back
Only
home,
when you close school.
yeah,
Yes.
it was another episode altogether because they would start again.
Okay.
And I literally had no one to tell. Sometimes I wrote journals, and I remember one day, one of my aunties saw the journal, and she started saying things. Huh? Instead of reading the journal and coming to me and asking me what goes on,
Yes.
she said things, and it has taken me a lot to even take those things out of my heart. And at 15, I met maybe the only man who said, I love you.
For the first time?
For the first time. And those words were...
At 15 years?
At 15 years.
Uh-huh.
And those words were very precious because of the environment.
That's what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Because from the time go, hata you don't know even what caused your parents to separate. So bado uko na hii kitu, whether ni mimi hawako akitaka ama something, now your dad has passed on.
Yeah.
You have nobody to run to or hug you.
Yeah.
So to you, a hug was very, very important.
I don't think I have... Actually, it has taken me a lot to even hug people. Because every time I see people hugging me, I would, not now, I would think this person is after something.
Wow.
Yeah.
So at 15, where are you going to take a boyfriend?
At 15, the man said, I love you, and those words are very precious to me, and I took them deeply.
Wow.
And I fell. I usually say that I fell hook, line, and sinker.
I'm telling you. Like that one for the fish?
Yeah.
Wow.
And within no time, I got pregnant.
Now, sweet girl, at 15, yeah, you're still in school?
Yes, I'm in Form 3.
So, this boy who has made you pregnant, I believe he's still a boy.
He's still a boy.
So, okay, where were you meeting? In his home, your home, road?
Okay, at this time I had been taken to a day school because I had a recurring ulcer.
Okay, yeah.
And I had been taken to a day school. So we used to meet.
Oh, so like now when you're coming from school, ile muzidiki show.
Yes.
Na Saturday uko free.
Na ile games.
Wow.
Yeah, so we used to meet. And
was he in school?
Yeah, at one point he was in college.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was older than me by 5 years. So he had basically completed his high school. Okay. And so I got pregnant, okay, 16. And I remember when I went to have my child at Kenyatta.
Now, don't rush. Don't jump. Now, you have become pregnant, baby girl. You see, there are some details that we want. This is a girl who was never accepted in this home. This is a girl who has totally been tortured. You know, how will you bring up the pregnancy? In which environment? Ama utafunga na leso. There's a way I fear, I hear people funga like this, they kaza asionekane. How did you cope with it?
Okay. It was a shock. It was a shock. And I remember this time I was staying with one of my uncles, okay, and his wife. Yes. And when he realized that I was pregnant, he bet me for 1 hour. I remember I crouched, as in, I put myself between a shelf and a table, Jesus, and he bet me for 1 hour.
Non-stop?
Non-stop.
With a what? With a pipe?
With a rod. No, you see this electricity rod?
Guy.
That one. For 1 good hour. And then the words he said, go and look for your father in the grave.
What?
Yes.
This is your father's brother?
Yes.
Go look for your father in the grave. To do what?
I don't know.
Mwambie umechapwa?
Yeah. And by this time, because I know I'm a bad person, of course I'm pregnant, so I'm a bad person. So I felt I deserved those words. And that is how I left his home, and I went to my boyfriend's home. I told him, now we have no other option. You either marry me or I will stay with you. This was not even marriage, yeah.
So it is because of the environment that you're in, you felt it right just to squeeze yourself in that setup.
Yes.
So will he take you in?
Yeah, he took me in. He had no other option.
Was he staying with his parents or he was staying alone?
At that time, he was staying with his parents.
So ulipelekwa cube?
Yes.
Wacha tucheke kwa sababu hatuwezi lia. You know, there is that nini, keja.
Yeah.
You know, we used to call it
That
keja.
one, ile iko na gazeti.
Yeah, iko na gazeti, alafu imewekwa hawa watu wa nini, wrestling. You know, venye watu wanawekanga watu wa basketball, kila room inakuanga na nani.
Huko ndio nilipelekwa.
What?
And I was happy as in I felt, this is okay, this is enough.
So you are
for me.
eating at their parents' home?
He was bringing food from his parents' home. Naniletea. And that is how I got my firstborn. And I remember nikienda kuzaa Kenyatta. Daktari aniuliza, you're supposed to be in school. You're very young.
My God.
I was 16 at this time.
Yes.
And I remember telling the doctor, daktari, aki mimi nimesoma biology, nikafanya practicals.
Nisha, venye this one is the
Remove the
conclusion
baby.
paper. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so I had my firstborn. And by this time,
Where are you going to get the clothes? How are you going to dress up the child? What has the guy been doing? Kuna kibarua fulani, mtanunua
he
tumbo
was
twa
doing
mtoto?
kibarua here and
Okay.
there, here and there. And then also my aunt, one of my aunties helped me a lot. He
Wow.
has really
Wow, we
stood
bless
with me.
God for auntie. You helped her win. God bless you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, life continued.
Now you are a married woman
Yes,
with a baby.
with a baby,
A boy, a girl.
a boy.
Who are you going to name?
I named my father.
And you're married.
I'm that woman.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So, life continued. And at 17 and a half, I got pregnant again. By this time,
When you were going for clinic, were you not told about contraceptives or something?
no, I guess because maybe the doctors thought I was naive or something. Also, I was naive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at 17 and a half, you've gotten pregnant again.
Yeah.
So this baby is not even a year.
Yes. He was 1 year and a half. Around,
Okay.
1 year, 3 months.
Okay.
Around there. And so I got pregnant again. I didn't even know I was pregnant until after maybe 3 months even.
Okay.
And by this time, there was problem in our house because my man was going out with my best friend.
Eh?
Yeah, you see those women, you tell your issues.
Yes.
Your friends.
Yes.
I would tell her my issues. Kumbe, she's going out with my man. And they actually have a baby a year older than younger than my second born. Yes.
They even gave birth.
Yes.
The woman carried the pregnancy of your husband.
Mm-hmm.
People are wicked.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do
I left him and went back home.
with 2 babies? With 1 baby and
I'm
pregnant.
Nobody
Nobody
knew I was pregnant. And by this time,
Okay.
my grandmother had passed on.
The only hope.
So there was basically no one for me. Except now my aunt, and she was not working. So it was so hard for her to even take me in. So what I did is I went back to my grandfather's house. By this time, my father had moved into a new house. And then Ile Akitambo is where I used to stay.
Okay.
And I got into a depression. I would see my man uko nje holding my best friend's hands. And I'm here, I'm pregnant with another baby. And nafanya vibarua.
Now, is this girlfriend, this who was your friend, is she reaching out to you? Ama anafanya ile mpaka, unajua kuna venye wa mama tunajua kuonyeshana madhara.
Yes.
So anafanya madharao ile yenye usikie uchungu.
Sasa amejua nishajua. So she's doing it
Openly. She doesn't have to hide.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I got into a depression because there was no one to share with. I didn't want people to even know. And I remember at one time I went to have an abortion. But then nikikaa hapo.
Kwa daktari?
Yeah.
Okay.
A friend of mine took me. And I'm sitting there at the reception waiting for my turn. Then I heard screams, women scream.
Wenye wametolewa mimba?
Wenye wanatolewa.
How much were you paying?
I was paying around 3,500.
Was it a clinic or?
It was a good clinic.
It was a good clinic.
Yes.
So they do it?
Yeah.
So you were waiting to abort. How old was the pregnancy?
5 months.
Jesus.
Yes.
That's a baby.
That's a baby.
So what happened?
I just heard the screams and told my friends, I can't do this.
Oh my God.
Let me just go. And then the horror stories I've heard about what they do to the babies, I decided I would rather have my baby.
Wow.
And that is how I left the clinic. And that was it. So I went back home. Imagine I would take clothes nioshe, nakaa nje from morning to evening, not remembering that nafaa kufua nguo. Jioni ndio nakumbuka nafaa kufua nguo.
Who is feeding the 1.5?
I used to do casual jobs. Vibarua here and there, vibarua. I wish you would have seen me at 17. I looked 50.
Jesus.
Yeah, cracked heels. I was in a bad place.
Wow.
And then my time came to have the baby.
I want to ask this question. Do you have anything that you have prepared for the baby? Remember, putting in mind,
No.
now just some mtoto wa abortion, it means the baby has already received rejection.
Yes. Now wait. I had clothes for the firstborn.
Okay.
And at 7 months, nikajua another girl now, a teenager still, ana mimba, nilieka hizo nguo zote nikampelekea. Yani it had not registered in my mind that I was carrying. Nikamwekea nguo zote nikampelekea.
Ukabaki bila.
Nikabaki bila. Zile shawl nilibaki nazo, I remember nilikuwa naziweka kama pillow. And then the bed I used to sleep on, my auntie had died like an year before. Yeah, an year before or some few months before, and she was very sick. She had bed rest.
Yes.
So alikufia kwa hiyo kitanda. So she was, you can picture this, alikuwa na
bed sores.
Na bed sores. So the moment she died, hiyo kitanda ikabaki iko na bed bags. Na hapo ndio ninalala
na inanuka. That's where you used to sleep.
Yes.
With this your small baby.
With this my small baby.
Guy.
And then hizi baby shows naziweka kama ushiona zile mattress za kitambo, zile zinakuanga zikikaa sana zinapata vumbi.
Yes. Yes.
So hizo
na haina mattress cover.
Haina mattress cover.
You're taking me back to the village.
So
Guy.
Hizo baby shows nilikuwa nazitoa zikiwa na vumbi.
Poverty is real.
Poverty is real, I'm telling you. So my time came to have a baby. Do you know what I did? This is a homestead where all my family is living. And they are very well up. Now wanapita, nobody talks to me. I locked myself.
You're the scapegoat of the house,
yes,
of the home.
I'm the black sheep.
Yeah.
I locked myself.
My God.
In the house. For 3 days, I was in labor. If there's a season that I still believe that God stayed with me, is that season.
My God.
Firstborn is CS. This is after 2 years. For 3 days,
how are you going to push?
I am in labor alone in the house.
You know the sky is not yet healed.
Yes.
Okay.
3 good days. And I remember telling God, let me die. But please, if I die, let my son die. Because I'm not going to leave my son in this world. Under
the protection of these people.
Who have brought me.
My God.
And on the third day, I remember it was on a Saturday. Alone in the house, I pushed the baby out and collapsed. Yes.
Celine, you have closed the door.
Yes.
Who will come to your rescue?
I think a neighbor heard me screaming.
When you give him birth?
Yes. When I was pushing the baby out.
Now, okay, uko kwa mchanga. Was this house cemented?
Some parts ilikuwa cemented, sometimes. Niko kwa kitanda. Ile kitanda. Remember, I'm still in that bed. And how my boy survived for those 3 days without, but kulikuwa na ugali ilikuwa imekaa hapo. So I think he was going to anaenda anatoa ugali anakula. My firstborn now.
Alafu anajirudisha kwa bed mnalala. Aki, that's all. An angel visited.
Yes. That time, God stayed with me. God never left. He said, this is my child and I'll hold her.
So you have locked the house from inside?
Yes.
How will the neighbor come?
I don't know. Maybe, I think they pushed the door. You see zile milango strong. Zile zambao, yeah? And then she was there, she came. When I came to, the baby was wrapped in a bed sheet.
And remember, this time you have not yet cut the placenta. You have not, I mean,
They tried everything to wake me up so that the nini could come out.
yeah, so that you can also push the
Placenta, yeah.
And
That is how I gave birth to my second born. And I remember walitafuta uzi kwa dirisha. Ilikuwa unajua dirisha za ushago zenye zinakuwa zimeshikwa na kauzi. They cut that string.
hiyo chafu.
Yes, and they they tied the nini, the cord.
Yeah, the cord.
Yeah. Hapa niko na napkins za huyu mwingine, but sina suruali ya mkojo. So walitafuta karatasi
Ya nylon.
ya nylon wakamfunga. Zile baby shawls nilikuwa
Zenye ziko na vumbi. Kai yaki unacheka. I'm feeling like I want to cry. Hizo ndio alimfunga nazo.
funga my baby.
And now again you have messed the same bed.
Same bed. Nikugeuza mattress sasa.
Murale ukupate mwenye walikuwa wa chini ya kuja juu.
Remember hii bed imejaa bed bags. You would come to hold my baby, bed bags zinaanza kutoka. Yeah. But
lakini unajua kunguni hazikulangi mwenye kitanda, zinakulanga mgeni.
So
kitanda usichokira.
So true. So
what?
Yeah, and actually even now I'm so obsessed with my bed. As in, I buy white bed sheets only. Since that nini?
Yes.
I'm so obsessed with where I sleep.
What? Now, okay, I can God have mercy. This is how much God can help a wing.
Yeah.
Now the baby has come.
Yeah.
Mom, nobody is talking to you in the compound. Nobody cares what you're going to eat. The neighbor will come and go. How are you going to survive?
My auntie still is in the picture.
Yes.
She'd go out there. She was not working, but
Yes.
she would bring us food.
Yes.
Also, there's another lady. She's like my mother. She used to bring us food. And actually, she told me, Njoki, hakuna mistake umefanya. Because God gives children.
Yes.
To those he wants.
Yeah. Sasa kuna nyoka kwa ndoa na hawana watoto.
Yes. And he has given you this child. Hauna makosa. Usijidharau. And actually, hizo words sikuona kama ni kitu. Because mimi sasa
you have already taken those words that were spoken.
Yeah, my heart, alafu then my heart is so hardened as in nashindangwa, yani ushaiona mtu ana live ile life ya I don't care.
Now, sweet girl, this is another boy.
Yeah.
The first one you have named your father.
Yeah.
This one you'll name who?
My brother.
The one who ran with your mother?
No, I have another brother who was left with me.
Okay.
I named him.
So you named your brother?
Yes.
Wisdom is power. Now, you have two boys. How will you go about it?
It was hard. And I remember in 3 weeks I was doing casual jobs. Kwa nafulia watu manguo.
What?
Yes. And I remember actually one of my aunties married to my dad's brother. Alinipea kibarua ya kufua nguo.
Zao.
3 weeks after giving birth. Alinipea nguo nikafua almost 8 canvas. And then akasema hazijakuwa safi.
So hata kulipa?
No, she gave me 200, but after repeating.
What?
Yes.
Kamba 8 ukarudisha moja. Oye goro. What?
I needed the money.
200?
200 shillings.
Will it buy milk? Will it buy pampers?
I think at that time it was, sikumiss kufunga watoto pampers. At that time it was a lot of money. That was 2004.
Okay.
Yeah. So, life continued. I would do casual jobs and fend for my children.
Jamaa mwenye watoto anakupasu, anajua unaishi namna gani.
He doesn't care. But at one time I decided I would rather now go stay with him because
Yes.
alikuwa amenifukuza ni venye niliona ananihanya. I would rather now go back than staying here because this is too much.
You made the decision of the 4 rappers.
Yeah.
If we stay here, we die. If we enter, we die. So, twende tukiedaga. So, ukaamua, mizigo, wacha twende.
So, mimi nikabeba watoto wangu, ndio hiyo nikarudi.
Oh my God.
And God opened a door for him. And he went to the US. And life changed for us. And actually, even before he left, there was this lady, pia alipata mtoto na yeye.
Okay.
A girl. Aliniletea huyo mtoto akiwa na 1 month. 1 month, 2 weeks.
Hata huyu ni wa begu yenu.
Aliachiwa na huyo. Mimi alikuja na mtoto usiku.
What?
And so I decided since huyu mtoto ni hana makosa, why not? And when he left to the US, aliniacha na huyu mtoto, a girl.
So now you have your boy. There's 2
boys.
And you have a girl.
Yes. And actually nilikaa na yeye, nilimlea mpaka akafikisha 1 year. Mama yake akasema anataka mtoto wake. And I decided since ni wake siwache nimpe.
So after now he has gone to the US, he has left you in his parents' home?
No. At this time we were renting.
Okay. Amekuacha una rento. The parents have accepted you?
Yeah.
They have accepted the son has married?
50-50.
Okay, it's okay. Hata kama ni twedi.
Yeah.
Bora tu umejulikana. Now he has left for the US. Has he gone to study or to work?
To work.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
Life
I'm happy.
changed for us.
Yes.
He used to send money. And life changed for us actually.
From the bed bag to a
From
bed
the bed
good.
bag
Yeah.
to a nice house,
Yes.
whereby you pay your bills without so much struggle.
Yes.
But then I bought a plot somewhere with the money he was sending me.
Okay.
And nikaeka mbuzi, kuku, all those things. Huh?
Okay.
And after around 1.5 years, he decided, let me come back.
To do what now?
To see us.
Oh,
no, he
or
was not
to
coming
come to
for
stay?
good.
Oh, yeah.
He was coming to see us and then going back.
He better.
Yeah, so he
So that life
came.
can continue being better. Eh?
He came and we decided, since we always wanted 3 kids, let us have another baby.
One.
Another baby.
Serious. What's wrong with you?
Because now he's going for 3 years tumalize hii mambo ya kulea, and then we continue with
Mutafute
life,
sasa mkiwa
tutafute
young.
pesa.
Yes.
And that's what we did, and I got pregnant. It was not a mistake because I have a very beautiful daughter.
I love her. She's a cutie, yeah.
But it changed. Things changed. Dude started beating me. Dude started blackmailing me emotionally.
What?
At this time, I had a very problematic pregnancy. Ilikuwa inaniu. I had a bed rest.
Okay.
Kwa
Okay.
nimepewa bed rest. And what he did is alienda kauza ile shamba. Then because I loved him, ilikuwa kwa jina yake. Yeah. Unfortunately.
That's how stupid your love
That's
is.
how.
No, ulinunua shamba na ukamwandika jina yake for sure na angeanguka na
Na
ndege
kwa
huko. Mimi usinikasirishe. No. He sold the piece of land without your
He sold a piece
consent.
of land without.
What?
Hata mimi sikujua, nilijua later. Akauza wao mbuzi walikuwa. Yaani he sold everything. Hakunipea hata shilingi. And
why was he selling? Were you having some financial constraints?
No, I don't know why. Ni shetani tu alikuwa anamtumia. And then what he did, he used to blackmail. Eh?
Yes.
I started another thing of bringing women into the house without my knowledge. As in my presence.
In your pregnant, you are still pregnant this time. Ama ulishaza?
I'm still pregnant.
Analeta wasichana kiaje. Anakuja na kukwambia
Toka watanda enda ukalale kwa kiti.
ateke.
Eh.
Utaenda?
Of course. Nitaenda wapi? I've nowhere to go. Siwache
And you don't
nikalale.
have parents.
And I don't have parents.
You don't have a home that you can
Yes.
call home.
Niende wapi?
So unatoka kwa bed.
Yes.
Unaenda kwa kiti.
Kwa kiti.
Wanalala.
Wanalala, wafanya vituko zao.
Msichana akiwa kwa sober mind yake.
Yes.
This is somebody's
Some were
else's.
even my friends. Yeah. And morning ndio nafua hizo bed sheets. Na nawapikia breakfast. Yeah. But then life continues. One day he came home with 2 of them. I was so used to sleeping on the couch. As in, I was used to sleeping on the couch. So mi sikuwa naona kama ni kitu. So he came with 2 of them in the wee hours of the morning. And
was he drunk when he was doing these things? Was he drunk? Though there is no drunkardness that can allow that.
let me tell you, my ex alikuwa anakunywa pombe moja tu.
Analewa.
Akienda sana ni 2. No.
So
Hakuwa-
alikuwa sober.
He was sober.
So hawa wawili amekuja na wao. Alikuwa na okota, were they
don't
prostitutes?
I don't know where he got women. Even some of them were my friends. Sisi amekuja na pesa. And he's young.
US na ameuza plot yetu.
Yeah, na ameuza plot. Actually, it's me who used to keep his money in the account. And mimi ndiye alikuwa anatumia akiwa US. And account yake at that time ilikuwa na almost 2 million. So he had money and he's young.
So baby, amekuja na hawa watu wawili. Hey guy,
Wanawake.
Hey Jehova. Wacha tuseme wanawake kwa sababu watu wanaweza kuwa wanaume. Sasa venye amekuja na hawa watu wawili. Ataenda na wao kwa bed.
Of course.
Wewe uambiwe ukae ushuke.
Amekuja nao, mimi already nimelala kwa kiti because nilikuwa najua atakuja na watu.
Utaambiwa
So nilikuwa nimezoea kulala mimi na blanketi yangu kwa kiti.
Na watoto
Si wako kwa room
yao.
Yeah. So at this time they were making a lot of noise. Mourning and making a lot of noise. Jesus. And the kids were home. No, amekuja asubuhi 4. And the kids are home. It was a holiday. So I went upstairs. Nikagonga mlango ndio waache ku make a lot of noise because of the kids. He came out, slapped me, rolled me down the stairs and threw money at me and told me go and have an abortion.
With the pregnancy.
Yeah. Go and have
You have rolled down the stairs pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. I was bleeding. I started bleeding. But I didn't care. Now nilikuwa nimesema wacha hata itoke. But I took my children, I took the money, it was 20K. And the first thing I did is I went to church. And I cried to God. And I told God
Were you born again during this time?
No.
Okay.
But you see, the way I had been brought up by my grandmother.
Yes. Remember she was, yes.
Yeah, born again.
Yes.
I knew there was gold. And I held my stomach and I told God, my baby has been rejected by the dad.
Oh my
But you
God.
have not rejected my child. I will have this child. I didn't even go to hospital. The bleeding stopped. And with that money, I looked for a small house. Watu naishi nyumba ya 500. Nyumba ukiwa nje unaona ndani. And I started a business. I would go for charcoal in Narok. Nakuja nauzia retailers.
Like you bring them in wholesale.
In wholesale.
Yes.
At that time, it was very easy to bring charcoal from Narok. And I would sell them to retailers. And the business did so well until it changed our lives. Basically, until I had my baby now, it was another CS. And when I had my baby, at 3 months, nikaona ile pesa niko nayo, itaisha. I have to do something. I have to look for another business. So what came into my mind is nianze kupeleka manguo Southern Sudan. Nikitoa Kenya napeleka Southern Sudan. I left my baby at 3 months.
Umemwachia nani?
Another woman, elderly woman.
Like she has become your babysitter.
Yeah.
But now the others are in school.
The others are in school, but it's a day school. But the others are a bit bigger. Because
Is he paying school fees for
no,
these children?
no. He said he would only help them if I go back to him.
Okay.
But now I was so done with him.
Okay.
And I told God, you're the father. After all, you're their father. You're my father, you're their father.
Yes.
And that is how I started that business. And the business did so well. Yani, ile life
Yani
changed.
unapata kuna favor, whatever you're touching.
Yes.
Yeah.
It can thrive. I used to have money. And life changed for us. But let me tell you something. When God is pursuing you,
He'll get you no matter what.
He'll get you no matter what.
Wow.
One day I remember I went to the market to buy a bag for my daughter. She was going to school at this time.
Yes.
Amekuwa mkubwa.
Yes.
Nilikuwa nakaa huko 1 week nakuja Kenya. And I met a man. And the man stretched his hand and told me, how are you, servant of God? Nikamwambia usiwahi niita hivyo. I know you false prophets.
Ukamuita hivyo?
Okay.
Okay.
Akaniuliza, let me tell you something. I've been sitting here from morning till evening. God aliniambia nikae hapa kutoka asubuhi. Na sijaongelesha mtu hata ukiuliza wale. But it is you. Wewe ndio nimetumwa kwako. And you know the words he told me. If you don't give your life to God, God is going to get you no matter
No
what.
matter what.
And I just dismissed him.
Wow.
Yeah. I dismissed him and I went back to my jobs.
Let me ask you this question before we continue. Putting in mind that you didn't know Christ, how was your life? How was your lifestyle? Were you smoking? Were you drinking? Were you having this funny life? Even being a mother, ulikuwa umejichanganya?
Funny enough, I've never tasted alcohol.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never tasted alcohol. I've never smoked.
Wow.
I've never...
Easy raha.
But I used to club. I used to go out with my friends. They would drink alcohol, but mimi nakunywa Del Monte. Ama funny enough, nanunua ice cream kubwa, naenda kukunywa kwa club.
Wow.
Yeah. But I've never tasted alcohol.
So definitely the accuser didn't have anything that anaweza sema this is the kind of life this girl can live.
Yes.
Wow. Now, this guy has spoken to you about salvation. Will you give it a second thought?
No, I don't even care. So, what happened is, nikiwa biashara zangu, nikauziwa simu. Second hand phone.
Okay.
Na nikaona hii simu ni iPhone na inauzwa 12K, si ninunue. Na si ati nilikuwa nimekosa pesa. Nikanunua simu. Kumbe it was a stolen phone. Nikatrakiwa. Nikashikwa. And I remember nilishikiwa Nyayo House nikienda kunini passport yangu.
Mwadhani.
Nilishikwa na wanaitwa flying squad,
Yes.
flying squad.
Yes.
Nikapelekwa Central. Nikakaa Thursday, Friday,
Who
Saturday,
sold you
Sunday.
the phone? A friend or somebody you just met?
Someone, okay, I knew that person, but sikuwa namjua vile.
Okay.
But nilikuwa najua nauzanga simu.
Okay.
Though sikuwa najua nauzanga simu za wizi.
Okay.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Central. Monday morning, Milimani Law Courts. Nikateka plea of not guilty. And nikapewa cash bill ya 150. I was not worried. I had that money. So what I did is I called my best friend and I told her, shika ATM, uende utoe pesa leo, kesho kutwa, because you cannot withdraw 150 na
yes.
ATM. She disappeared on me.
With the ATM, Gaifafa.
With the ATM.
And the money.
And the money, of course.
And the pin.
And the pin.
Celine, wacha nifaint.
Sasa, amedisappear na pesa yangu. I'm in Langata now for 1 year, 8 months because nobody else knows where I am. Huko ndani hakuna simu.
So this person that you call your friend, was your friend genuinely?
Yeah, she was my friend. She's someone I had known since tukiwa watoto.
Your friends are really betraying you.
Yeah.
May the Lord contend with them. Now, Sasa, the ATM has gone.
Yeah.
Nobody knows where you are. Definitely now without the cash bill, it means lazima utapelekwa prison.
Lazima utakaa remand until your case is done.
Yes. So,
Sinikakaa Langata.
watoto mami?
I don't know. Sasa nitafanya nini? Say let God take care of them. Na mi stress ikaniisha.
Guy.
Yeah. What do I do?
So you stayed for how long?
1 year, 8 months. Almost 2 years. And
Guy, Celine, kuna rent, kuna food, kuna na una watu wenu. For let's say you don't have anybody.
yeah,
What is happening with the children?
I don't know. Si mimi niko ndani. Mimi watoto wangu kama wamekuwa chokora, hiyo ni ya Mungu. I do not know. And let me tell you something. The day I got born again, I remember I got born again on a Thursday. On a Friday, nikapelekwa kotini on a Monday. Nikaachiliwa.
What?
Yes.
I wish you could have gotten born again. That time that person. Serious, huyo mtu mwenye alikuongelesha hiyo kichwa ngumu haki ungeifanyia kazi. Guy, so now umeachiliwa.
No,
Where are you going to start?
Listen.
In Langata, before you go, in Langata, how is life? How do you survive? Okay, definitely, najuanga huko, unajua sasa mnakuanga watu wamemixiwa.
Yeah.
Kuna wenye wamekuja na ukweli haki ni wauaji. Kuna ukweli they have funny things. How did you cope with such hard nut to crush? I mean, people.
I think Langata is a very humbling experience being there. All types of people. Wengine walikuwa high rank, wengine walikuwa hapa chini.
Mnakutania huko.
Mnakutania huko.
Na mmevaa nguo zenye
Mmevaa
zinakaa
nguo
zebra.
zinafanana.
Kwa hivyo
And you
hakuna
eating
nini.
the same thing.
Wow.
Ugali na sukuma moja. Jioni ugali na mbosho. That is it. It's uniformity. Hakuna umanga. Actually hakuna. Ile watu wanasema huku nje kuna umanga.
Yes.
Hakuna, because ukijaribu
Unamalizwa.
Unapelekwa isolation. Na that isolation ni place unakaa peke yako for some few days.
Oh my God.
Hakuna mtu utaona, hakuna mtu utaongea naye, in a small room.
Jesus.
So actually hakuna. There's nothing bad that I saw there, and the place is so clean. For the ladies, it's so clean.
So the 1 year and 8 months, what were you doing for your life? As in, unaamka asubuhi mnafanya nini?
Hakuna, actually remand hakuna kitu unaweza fanya. At
Okay.
least prison unaweza shona, unaweza enda nini, but remand hakuna. Either you go to the library, you watch TV, ama you just piga story with the other ladies, but kuna chawa. So most of our time was spent kuua chawa kwa nguo zetu.
Jesus Christ.
Na kupiga story thinking about our people out there.
And people do they share testimonies like me? I came here because of this and this. Do people have regrets?
Yeah, people have regrets, and I keep saying that when you see a person who has come out of prison, give them another chance. Some of them never did these things. Some of them, yes, they did, but God dealt with them, and they have paid their dues.
Wow.
And they are human beings like others. Because hata sisi si ati hatujafanya vitu. We have done things that could have led us to prison.
That's true.
But God just shielded you.
Now, maybe you've gotten born again, you have been released from the prison. How will it be now from there?
So when I left prison, I was very sick. I had amoeba, I had typhoid. And I remember walking from Milimani up to Koja.
Because hauna do.
Sina do. And I was so thirsty. And kwenda hapo kwa stage, amakanga akaniuliza, umepotelea wapi? Kamwambia mimi niko. Akaniambia, are you sick? I was very thin.
Yes.
And I looked sick. Nikamwambia nimekuwa mgonjwa. Akaniuliza, how can I help you?
Makanga.
Nikamwambia nibaie maji ya kunywa, unipe bus fare ya kufika Kabete. He didn't even hesitate. He bought me ile bottle kubwa ya nini?
Oh Jesus.
And then akanipea pesa, bus fare. And then so my first stop was where I had left my children in a rental. And when I asked the landlord, and mimi ulikuwa umeniachia watoto?
Ai.
There was a new tenant in my old house.
Yes.
And I actually lost everything, even my certificates in that house. I don't know where they went. I don't know who took them.
Because now when the shifting, when the new tenant was coming in, your things were like picked up.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so what was happening is my children were hopping from friend to friend. Friend to friend. By this time, my daughter was almost 3 years. She didn't even know me. Yeah. And where I found them, my friend nikamuuliza, akakuja venye aliniona aliniambia, you've come, pick your kids and go. Ile stigma, you've come from prison. And nikamuuliza, this time it was late, unataka niende wapi? Akaniambia, I do not know. So I took my children, and remember I'm very sick.
My God.
I went to the other place I know, the church. And I told the pastor, nikamwambia. He looked at me, akaniambia, nimesikiza story yako, and there's no way I'm going to help you. I can't help you.
A pastor?
Yeah. Akanipea 100 shillings.
Jesus Christ.
Akaniambia, make sure you don't get pregnant. Ile notion, you've been in prison.
What?
Yes. So I took my children, and that is how I started life ya kuishi kwa streets. We used to sleep in the streets.
Of Nairobi?
No, huko tu.
Kabete?
Kwa vibanda usiku.
Hawa mama wenye wanauza nyanya wakitoa mnalala hapo.
Tunalala huko.
Now these are 3 children,
These
mama.
are 3 children.
What are you feeding on?
Casual job sometimes kuomba tu. And
Huyu friend wa ATM, let me still go back there. Utamuona?
No. I actually met her later, recently actually.
Okay, tutakuja kumpata recently. That time hata haujui kwenye alienda.
Hata hiyo mind imetoka sasa. I am in another season now. And I have to concentrate. Now we used to sleep in the streets. And my children wanakula whatever we get. If we don't get something, tunalala hivyo. If we get money, we sleep in lodgings. If we don't have money, tunalala huko kwa streets.
Hata hamna nguo za kuchange mama. Jesus. My God.
How I survived that season, only God knows. And there's still so much bitterness in me. And that is how I was gang raped for the first time.
I wanted to ask that. How safe were you?
I was not safe.
On the street with two boys, putting in mind there is sodomy,
Yeah.
and there is a girl that is almost turning 3 years, and you, putting in mind kuna machokora wakubwa, kuna wazee, kuna watu wanapita ovyo ovyo. How did it happen?
Actually, our only threat at that time was maybe wezi, because in the ushago settings hakuna chokora.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe wezi, and that is how I was gang raped. And I keep saying those were people who had come from maybe kuiba, and they chanced on us. And they gang raped my children. I do not know how they slept throughout the whole ordeal.
How many were they?
About 12. Yeah.
12 men?
Yes. They took turns on me. They inserted guns in my mouth. They did things. And then
12 men raped you one night?
Yeah. And they left. And that is...
Why were they threatening you with guns? Definitely, even the look of the 12 people cannot even make you scream, for real.
You know, there are people who are perverted, yeah?
Kai.
And yeah, that's how it happened for the first time. And in the morning, I called someone. I had this small phone, kabambe, so they're not even interested in what I had. And I called a friend. I was taken to Kenyatta. I was treated at Kenyatta. I had 2 operations. And by this time, there was this lady I had met in prison. And she was starting an organization. And
So they never hurt your children? They
no,
never hurt any of your babies?
No.
Wow.
And she was starting an organization. She looked for help for me. And I sat in church. I was not even attending that church. They held my hand. They looked for a house for me. Wakanilipia nyumba. My children are back to school, and they would do shopping. And the whole of 2016, 2017, I concentrated on healing.
How was it?
It was not easy, yet it was not difficult. Because for me, I was not ready to let go of the bitterness. I would go for counseling and look at the counselor and laugh with them. And they would think I'm healed, but I was not healed. I knew that I was holding a lot in me.
Luckily enough, no infections that came
No
out
infections
of that.
at all.
The Lord is gracious.
Yeah. So on 2017, I remember now the organization had taken off.
Yes.
And the lady asked me, Celine, could you come and work with us? And I joined that
You
organization.
saw an open door.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was so happy that now I'll be able to fend for my children. And I went and worked for that organization, and I was taken to children department. And on 2017, December, I had spent the whole day sending Christmas gifts as in to children in prison all over the country.
Okay.
And around 9:30 nikashuka kwa stage ya kwetu. And
so this time, where are you? You're still at Kabete?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Now, na continue kulipa ile nyumba ilikuwa inalipwa na that other church.
Okay.
Because now, sija move. I'm still trying to settle and to pick up the pieces of my life.
Yes.
And so nikashuka kwa stage and I walked, since this is a place I know. I walked, but a few meters from my gate, I met some guys wamekaa hapo karibu na gate.
Venye watu wanakaanga kando ya
na
gate.
nikafikiria these are people who know me since it's Christmas time. It was on December 23rd. Watu wako all over. And they said hi, I said hi. Tukapitana. Wakaniambia, madam, ukijaribu kupita, tutakuua. Simama hapo. Nikauliza mbona mnaniambia nikisimama. Wakaniambia, ukijaribu kupita, we'll kill you.
How many were there?
6 of them. Moja alikuwa ameshika gun. hapa na alikuwa amevaa koti. Now I got scared. Nikamuuliza what have I done, akaniambia simama. So my instinct zikaniambia mpe bag.
You thought maybe they want money.
Yeah, and I had money. I had around 20K and I had 2 phones.
Okay.
And instinctively nikatoa bag. Akaniambia we don't want your handbag. Follow us. Moja akakuja hii side, mmoja hii side.
Jesus Christ.
And then they took me. Na wakaniambia ukijaribu kuongea na mtu kwa njia.
Okay, hiyo barabara, I want to ask that. Haina watu wanakuja
Iko na
wakienda.
watu.
So watu wanaona ni kama mko pamoja.
Tuko pamoja. Kaniambia ukijaribu tutakuua na tuue huyo. So twende.
You cooperated.
I cooperated, and then they took me to a place kulikuwa na river, but at this time the river was dry, so since it had not rained for a long time, and they stole my clothes, and they gang raped me, and they sodomized me. I felt so much
Were
pain.
you in a trouser?
In a trouser and a...
They tore even the trouser?
Yes.
Mami?
Yes. And they gang raped me, they sodomized me. And because of too much pain, nika lose conscious. And maybe it was after 2 hours venye niliamka. But let me tell you, as
you
they
blacked
were,
out?
Yeah, I blacked out. When they were doing all those things, my heart was so at peace. There's one thing that I've always known, that I will never die, as in a premature death. It's very sure for me. And I kept singing in my heart. You see this song, when the oceans rise and down.
When they are raping you?
Yeah, in my heart.
Jesus Christ.
And
were they saying anything?
Yeah,
were they
they
communicating
were
any words that maybe you can unaweza shikanisha hiyo story?
Walikuwa wanapiga stories zao, and they were speaking in very good English. These people are not your usual.
The usual nini.
Thugs.
Yeah.
Because they even had very expensive colognes. And I remember one of them was wearing a very white Adidas shoe. They were not your usual thugs. And when I came to, they had left. Afu walikuwa wameniekelea kichwa, bag yangu kwa kichwa.
Had they taken money, anything?
No. I pulled my bag, and then they had put sticks in me. I took my bag.
Sticks?
Yes.
Where?
In me, inside me.
In your private parts?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. I took my bag, I took my phone, I called my sister-in-law, and I told her, this has happened, and this is where I am, and I have sticks in me. If I manage to pull the sticks, I'll try to crawl, because I know I can't walk. But if I don't manage, you guys come and get me here.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I managed to pull the stick, but I couldn't walk. So my sister-in-law and another person came, and they got me. They took me to police station first, and then the police asked us to go to Nairobi Women. And actually, it was I remember, I don't know how or why, the police would come every day from Lower Kabete to Nairobi Women to see me. Every evening, they would come to see me.
Let me ask you this, baby girl. Naumwa na kichwa. I want to ask this. Didn't you see at any one time like it was a setup?
I have refused to let my mind think about it.
Think that way?
Yeah, because if I think about it, I would start fault finding so many people.
Now, let me ask you this. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit personal. Where was the father of your children during this time?
At this time, he was not in Kenya.
Kwa hivyo hata hajui what is happening in your life and all that. Okay.
We are not even in contact at this time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
your sisters have come.
Yeah.
The hospital.
Yeah.
Were you done any operation, as in?
Yes. Because
definitely you must have had so much injury.
Yes. They did some few operations on me.
Again.
And then at this time I was so used to pain. As in, nilikuwa naona ni kama it's something that it's normal.
It's what I was created to carry.
Yeah, it's normal. And I remember when my friends would come to see me, and I would laugh with them, and people,
so hata watu walikuwa naona ni kama hizi stories sisi ndio zinatuuma, yeye
hazimuumi, and people would wonder how come anaongea, and as in she doesn't look like she's hurt, And she has gone through all this. Na mimi nilikuwa naona watu wananihurumia nashindwa what's wrong with these people. But it was because I was carrying too much in me,
Yes.
and a lot of bitterness.
The pain was too much until
Yeah.
it became a part of you.
Until I stopped letting my mind think about it.
My
because
God.
if I thought about it, I would have gone mad. The stitches, the operations, all those things. Then nikaachiliwa kwenda hosi. And I remember in the middle, between February, nilirudi hosi tena because I had started bleeding again. And nikalazwa for another week. But then I came out of hospital and went straight to work. Now I've been taken to another department of coaching.
Yes.
Nikaanza kucoach Langata, the same place I was.
Yes.
And there's this coaching session I was doing, and nikawa coach the whole of February 2018. Waka graduate on 22nd February. When you early graduate, so the whole of that week we were home. When you tulikaa home, there was this friend of mine who had come from Greece. Akaniambia, Celine, since I have not seen you, na ninaenda leo, let's have lunch with your children. Tukaenda, we had lunch, and she was leaving in the evening. In the evening, my children said they are going with my aunt.
Okay.
Mimi nikaachwa peke ya
Kwa nyumba.
kwa huyo kwa best yangu, alafu nikaenda kwangu.
Okay, okay.
And it was raining so hard. Mimi nikafunga mlango, nikaoga since I had eaten, nikalala. Kulala niliona torch in the middle of the night.
Kwa nyumba.
Kwa nyumba.
They broke the house.
And slaps. Yes. And slaps.
Ukapigwa makofi.
Yes.
Jesus.
Now, mind yangu sasa ika-register what's happening. And then ikaniambia, watu, they'll take you to that river. And since now it's raining, they'll kill you. But mind yangu tena ikakataa ku-register, I will die. I've never seen myself dying from those.
No matter the ordeals.
No matter the ordeals. So they pulled me from my bed.
How many are they?
6. The same men.
The same men?
Yeah. They pulled me from my bed to my sitting room. And it was so rainy. Actually, ungeona carpet yangu since it was white. Ilikuwa imejaa matope. Waliingia na
Kwa
boots.
sababu wameingia na viatu zao.
Yes. And they told
Okay,
me.
let me ask you this before you continue. In this plot, were there many houses?
I had moved now from my previous. Since
Yes.
After the other ordeal,
Yeah.
I had moved to a new house.
So this was a new house?
This was a new
Is
house.
it a plotted? Was it?
No,
Uh-huh.
ilikuwa owned compound.
Oh,
Yeah. But
okay.
kulikuwa na nyumba zingine.
Okay, okay.
But they couldn't even hear me screaming because it's raining so hard.
So it means these people have traced you from the first house. They have traced you now to where you shifted.
Yes. Because now I couldn't shift far away because my son was in class 8.
Okay.
Singe shift sana. But it was far away from that area. They tore my night dress.
Again?
They gang raped me. Actually, this time walivunja glass yangu wakanikata.
Wanakukatakata mwili?
Walinikata huku, wakani strangle. Then they put a rolling pin in me. And then they left.
Rolling pin ya chapati?
Chapati.
Inside your body?
Yes.
Mama, is it not... Okay, me, I will still say that. Me, this one was inside. I'm sorry to
Yeah,
be
it's
conclusive
true.
in an interview because I am feeling there is somebody who was feeling so bad about you and now amekuset. Because seriously,
Yeah. Yeah.
allow me just in my own category, just be conclusive. This one was a setup.
I know.
The 6 men again, they have done it and they have left. The police, because you are reporting to them, are they not being caught up?
No. Even today.
Were they a part of police? I'm sorry, I don't know. Ay, Jesus Christ.
I thought so too.
So who will know your state in the house? Putting in mind is a non-compounded house. Who will know your state?
Actually, after they left, I sat down and asked God, really? Really? I won't call anyone. And by this time I'm bleeding because now nasa sa ile rolling pin.
Na unajua your rolling pin lazima wameisukumilia.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, and at this time now, because of too much pain, I started calling people and nobody was answering. So I put up a post on Facebook and said, is anyone in this area? I need help.
You posted on Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
no one replied. What they did, people are so weird. They started calling my family. Instead of calling me, my friends, they started calling people from other people. Because I posted, if you're in this area and you have my number, kindly call me. Sai ni saa 8 usiku.
My God.
There's this friend who saw the post and he was in Nairobi. Someone I had never met, only on Facebook.
This auntie who went with the babies, were you not in a position to call?
Singem call because I didn't want to alarm her. Na ako mahali na yeye ndiye ako na watoto.
Okay.
So I called people I knew wangekuja haraka. And a friend of mine saw my post on Facebook. And alikuwa Nairobi na mimi nilikuwa Kabete. He called me, Celine, what's happening? I told him this is happening. This has happened. Akaniambia, nidropie pin, I'm coming. From Nairobi to Lower Kabete. He's someone I had never met, only on Facebook. He came, na when he came, alinipata nje kwa mvua. Bleeding, rained on, saa 9 usiku.
With a night
Sasa hata
dress
siogopi, ni nini ita happen. And we went to the police station. Tuka nini tena, nikapelekwa Nairobi Women tena.
The same place.
The same place.
Si hata wanashindwa which powers are at least.
Actually, daktari aliniambia venye aliniona, akaniambia, Celine, if you don't move from that place, mimi nitakubeba na mgongo yangu.
Hata mimi ningekwambia.
Ama uniambie nikupe place ya kuishi kwangu. That's what he told me. And I was treated again. Actually, the first thing they did is take me to theater. The first thing is take me to theater. And between that time, that was 2018, I've had 8 operations. I couldn't even walk.
8 operations?
Yeah.
Because of a rape?
Yeah. And at this time, I had joined a new church, a pastor I met divinely. And he came and he talked to me. And actually, he's the one who asked my friend to look for a house for me in a totally different area. He paid for the rent. And mi nilitoka hosi nikahama.
You know, spirit of rejection attracts rape.
Yeah.
Because this one has to be broken, baby girl. It really has to be broken by a spiritual authority.
Yeah.
Because the enemy...
It has been broken.
Yes, yes, it must be. Because now, I'm speaking that because of somebody else who is also watching us, because you have to tell us, it must be broken.
So true.
I'm speaking it from an authority because I know the spirit of rejection attracts sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Now you have gone to a new compound and a new environment altogether.
And this time I'm so bitter. I've lost my job also because I couldn't go back.
Yes.
And because I couldn't work at that time. And then fujo here and there. People kaleta fujo job. I couldn't work. I've lost my livelihood. I am in a new house. I am bitter. I am healing. Now, nikaanza zile repercussions za aftermath.
Yes.
Panic attacks.
Yes.
I would panic in the middle of the road, Nairobi, and always looking over my shoulder. Nani
ananifuata?
Ananifuata.
Yes.
I would, because my sons now, I had left now my second born with my aunt because alikuwa nasoma huko sasa. There was no other way. And my other son was in boarding school, was in high school. And my daughter now, I'm living with my daughter. She would leave for school, nafunga curtain, siongei na mtu. It took me 1 year to know my next door neighbor.
My God.
My daughter anakuja naenda kwa duka sitoki.
You developed your own camp.
Yes.
Kai.
Yes. And ikaendelea hivyo. My pastor now, yeye ndiye alifanya kazi. He would take his wife, they would come to my house on Saturday and they started teaching me the words.
Wow.
The word of God, the word
Wow.
of God, the word
Wow.
of God. And the more they taught me, the more my life changed. Hizo words nilikuwa nasema, wakanionyesha to speak the right words.
Yes. And to nullify the power of.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one day I felt now I needed healing. And I talked to God. I remember crying out to God and I told him, God, I need healing. You're the only one who can heal me. Because I've got so many scars and wounds and you're the only one who can heal me. And I need to experience you like a father. Because all the men I have met have hurt me.
Yes.
So I do not know how a father looks like.
Yes.
And I need to experience you. And the first thing God said is, you need to forgive. And I felt so justified. And remember asking him, really, can you tell me to forgive who? Who now? The first person he asked me to forgive is my mother.
Wow.
And I felt so bad because I felt so wrong, because if she would have stayed with us or even come back for us.
Or even take you
take
with
me.
her.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wouldn't have gone through this. And God said, you must forgive.
Because you see, remember the way your cousins were touching you, and they introduced the sexual battles in your life.
Yes.
Okay.
And the more I forgave people, the more healing started in me.
Wow.
I forgave my mother. I forgave my friend, the one who left with my money.
Yes.
I forgave my dad's cousins. I looked for them and I forgave them. I forgave my rapists.
Jesus.
And the more I forgave, the more life was coming back to me.
Yes.
The more. Now still, the devil is fighting. There was a time my friends talked bad things about me. They said maybe I was dating a married man and maybe it's the wife
who is organizing this.
Who is organizing this.
Yes.
Or since I had ever gone to prison, they said it was a deal. And maybe
Ulikata.
yeah,
Yes.
nikawaruka. That's what they were doing. That's why they were doing these things to me. Yani maneno zikaongelelewa. Others said that ni mimi nimejifanya hivyo naenda. Yani bad things.
You have exposed yourself for something. My God.
And at that time I wanted to commit suicide.
Oh Jesus.
I had even bought dawa. And nilikuwa nimeplan vizuri sana. Then at night when I wanted to do it, I remembered a stranger who had texted me like a week or 2 weeks before.
Yes.
And I really needed to talk to someone, a stranger, someone who didn't know me. And I went to him and I wrote, hi. Fortunately, he was online. And he said, hi, Celine. Today I thought of you. And I even looked for you on Facebook, but you didn't reply to my message. I said, okay, but I want to tell you that I'm about to commit suicide, just in case you hear people looking for me.
You tell them?
Yeah, you tell them.
Oh my God.
I do not know you. And I'm telling you, he talked to me. Akani convince nisijiue. I remember tuliacha kuongea asubuhi, cock zikikrow. And by this time I had thrown away the dawas.
Amekuconvince.
Yeah.
Yes.
And his message was, Celine, he had heard about my story. And his message was, Celine, how are you? I want to be your friend. And I promise I'll walk with you through this journey.
So this is which year now? 2018?
2018.
Wow.
2018, September.
So the stranger...
August.
So the stranger has become your friend?
Has become my friend.
Okay.
And the stranger walked with me. The stranger walked with me even going...
Will you ever meet face to face? Ama munaendelea tu kuchat?
Tunaongea. And then, but after a while, he used to live in Nakuru.
Okay.
He came. At one time, he came to see me. And he became my best friend. Ile, if I have something, he's the only person I can talk to.
Wow.
If I feel this way, he's the only person I will call. And no matter what time I'll call him, ataamuka na tutaongea na mimi. And at the end of it, nitasikia kama nimeongea na mtu.
Okay.
And that guy became my friend. My best friend ile kabisa. And there was nothing else, just friends.
Yes.
And I even actually would look for potential girls for him.
Yes.
Since he was...
Oh, unamtafutia watu wako.
Yeah, he was a church guy. He was this cool... And I felt like he needed to be hooked up with a girl.
Yes.
But God is... Sometimes I keep saying that God has a great sense of humor.
I'm telling you, he's hilarious. I normally say that, yes.
One time in one of our conversations with him, he told
He's still in Nakuru now?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about me and God now.
Okay.
We are now, our relationship imekuwa tight.
Okay.
And I know how to talk to him.
Yes.
In one of our conversations, nikasikia akaniambia, Celine, that man is your husband.
What?
Nikasema, hiyo ni mimi nimejiambia, maybe I'm starting to develop. And I knew I was not ready for a man.
Yes. After everything you've gone through.
Yeah.
Yes.
The whole of that week I heard that he's your husband. And nikajiuliza, kwa nini Mungu hamwambii ananiambia mimi?
Yes.
Because he had no clue. But who is God? continue, ika continue. Friends, ile friendship, there's nothing at all, hata hatufikiri.
Now, during this, your friendship, is this also getting close to your children?
Yes.
Like maybe when he comes to visit?
Yes. Actually, my daughter, even my boys, actually, even visiting for my sons.
Yes.
I used to tag him along, but there was nothing, totally nothing. It was friendship. But then I guess he had God and he didn't tell me. And one day he came and said, Celine, I need to see you. Okay, he used to come in the morning and then during the day when the kids were around and then he would leave ama anatafuta place analala because he used to live in Nakuru.
Yes.
I need to see you. Wacha nikuje kesho asubuhi. I need to see you urgently. And he came. And when he came, he engaged me. And he said, Celine, I've not dated you. You're my best friend, but God says I need to marry you.
What?
Yeah.
This guy, having been in the church,
Yeah.
God has spoken to him to marry such a lady who has gone through so many issues.
So many issues.
Will you say yes?
I told him, let me think about it.
What?
Yeah, because I didn't want, because I have grown children and this is...
You saw like you're betraying him.
Yes. Because this is a man who has been in church for the longest time
possible.
Unaona ile hata kwenda happy, him he has never been to. He has been born again since he was young. And I talked to God and I asked God and he said yes. I told God I don't deserve this man.
Such a man.
And God said, you don't know what you deserve. You are my daughter.
I am
and
the
that
one
is
who
how
knows.
I hold you.
Wow.
Highly.
Wow.
And so we didn't date. I keep saying we didn't date because he engaged me on October last year.
Last year?
Yeah. And immediately we started planning for a wedding.
Now, Sally, this is Celine who has 3 children that are already grown up.
Yeah.
This is a man who has been in church and a young man for that matter.
Yeah.
When the introductions is being done to the families, remember you don't have a family.
Yeah.
So how is the introduction? How will the people receive you? His people.
His people. His mom had passed on.
Wow.
A year before, last year.
Yes.
His mom passed on last year. And his dad had passed on years before.
Oh.
So it was only his uncles, aunties, sisters and brothers.
Yes.
And I was worried because how will his sister take it and his brothers?
Yes.
But I don't think I was anxious. I had left it to God.
Yes.
Because...
The one who said this is your husband.
And I take myself as a daughter. This is my father. You will take care of everything. You've said it, I obey, you will take care of everything. And I thank God for him also because he has surrendered himself to God as his father. So when he said he wants to marry this girl and this and this and this and this, the only person who had an issue with him is his pastor. No one else.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's older than me by 2 years. I'm 34, he's 36.
Wow.
Yeah.
That slim, tender guy.
Yeah, that one.
That's your wonderful husband. I love
wonderful.
him from the picture. He's a good guy. He's really a good guy. Now, because your people rejected you, who is going to receive the dowry?
My friend.
That's where you know the true colors.
That's where you know the true colors. When God says, give it all to me.
Yeah.
He does more than we can even think.
Or imagine.
Because when we saw my people, they said, you guys, we don't need anything. Go and live together as husband. All we want from you is peace.
Wow.
Yeah.
Baby girl, we are nearing the closure of this testimony.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What? The name inatosha. Now, how will you come to know your mom? Will she appear anywhere in the picture? Unajua wanatokerezeaga kwa picha za harusi.
Yeah.
Now, will your mom appear?
October last year,
Yes.
just before I got, after my engagement, I started looking for my mom. But she was also looking for us. You see, she had carried my brother.
Okay.
Yeye ndiye aliambia kwenye tulikuwa tunaishi akamwambia, enda hapa na hapa uende watafute. Now he's a big man. He's even married.
Okay.
My brother is the one who looked for us. Venye alitutafuta, I was not interested. I guess I had not forgiven my mom.
Yes.
But then,
Where was your mom living all this time around?
funny enough, do you know where my mom was living? Nearby. Actually, nikitoka kwetu kwenye nimelelewa, to go see my mom, I would use only 20 bob.
What?
Yes.
She
All
remarried?
this time. No.
All this time and she was not looking for you?
Yeah.
Lucky devil is a bastard.
No.
I hate the
I
devil.
know. And so I told my pastor about it. My pastor said, Celine, God has said, forgive. And I'll take you there. We made a journey and we went to see my mom. And I actually am the one who went down on my knees and I asked my mom to forgive me for the time I've cursed her. Not knowing what maybe she's going through.
Wow.
And that is how I met my mom. And she's a copy and paste of me.
You reconciled.
Yeah.
She's just there.
She's just there. She's, if you see my mom and you unione hapa, she's a copy and
kwa ya pili.
yeah.
Now, my dear, you have gone through so much. And you have been married for the last 6 months.
Yeah, almost
Almost 7. How is marriage life?
And let me tell you, we had a free wedding. Yeah,
Your wedding was done free.
free.
Girls, come here. Tupatane nyuma ya tent. Ukisamehe, kuna harusi ya bure. Somebody just sponsored the wedding.
1 week before the wedding actually. Sisi tulikuwa tunataka twende kwa AG. Since now his pastor amekataa kumshika mkono and my pastor is not authorized yet to hold weddings.
Okay.
Tulikuwa tunataka twende kwa AG. My pastor alikuwa amesema ni yeye best man na best maid na wife wake.
Okay.
Na twende AG tu alafu tukule lunch with some few families and friends.
Yes.
And actually nilikuwa nimeshonewa kanguo ka pink too. I had bought this shoe for the wedding.
Wow.
Yeah. And a week before my wedding.
Cameraman, you need to pick that shoe.
A week before my wedding.
Yes.
I remember on a Friday nikaenda kesha and I found my pastor on his knees. Akasema, Celine, you've come. Aliamka akiomba. I was praying for you. There's something that is going to happen. Na akaniombea. Venye alikuwa ananiombea nikaona harusi kubwa. But I kept it to myself. Nikasema hii harusi kubwa na my wedding ni next week.
How will it happen?
How will it happen? But
Yes.
who is God? He is a father.
He's a father.
He's a father. That Sunday, a friend of mine, anaitwa Shikov, a friend of mine on Facebook, akaona another lady anauzanga nguo za harusi, inaitwa Waridi Fashions.
Yes.
She's an MCA in Kilifi.
Yes.
Akiuliza, do you know any bride ana hold harusi February, and since this is the month of love, nimpe nguo. Shiko akaniuliza, Celine, nimwambie story yako? Nikamwambia akachukua story yangu from one of
The profiles.
the profiles akapost. Do you know that lady did not sleep? Alisema she couldn't sleep. God just put a burden of akatafuta service providers. You see, she's in Mombasa.
Yes.
Harusi ilitengenezwa Nairobi.
Yes.
Ilifanywa hapa Kikuyu. Even the grounds zilikuwa zimepeanwa. Mimi nilikuwa naambiwa, Celine, enda upimwe nguo. Celine, enda ufanye hivi. Celine, the only thing we bought with our money is rings. Hizo vitu zingine zote. Hata hii kiatu sikufanya nayo harusi.
Yes, you have another one.
Yes.
Even the dress is beautiful.
Yes. Nywele, kila kitu. Mimi nilikujua na V8 kwa AG. Nikapelekwa grounds. The person who did my nails flew from Mombasa akakuja kufanya nails zangu. Akarudi Mombasa.
And this time COVID had not come.
Yeah, it
We
had
bless
not
the
come.
Lord.
Yani, it was a very beautiful wedding.
Wow.
My pastor alienda kuongea Sunday akasema, Celine, I don't know if it registers to your mind how much God loves you.
I also want
It's
to
like
tell you that.
he was showing up with you. Like,
He's truly your father.
he's truly my father.
And we join up together with this wing. We know you, Daddy. You are just a humble man. We bless the Lord for coming into the life of this wonderful wing. And sky is not even the limit because it must carry a glass. Mutavunja mukiendanga juu. Now, we want to close this testimony. And I know very soon we are going to bring a clip whereby Celine is holding twins. Amen.
Amen.
We pray for a bundle of joy. Just God to
Amen.
bless this
Amen.
family and to complete it. I want you to give a parting shot to somebody who is so much hurting, somebody who has refused to let go. Because because I believe forgiveness opens mighty door.
Yeah.
It has opened for you. You are not saying it out of hearsay. It is something that the Lord has done for you. Kindly, a parting shot. Just tell somebody there what you'd like them to do and to trust this God that you call a father.
Tonight, I want to tell anyone going through issues, be it marital issues,
Yeah.
be it rape, be it whatever kind of pain you're going through, let go and let God. Surrender your pain to God. Forgive those who have wronged you. It is the only way God can be able to pass judgment, because you cannot be able to pass judgment.
Wow.
Let go and let God, and know that God heals and heals completely. You look at it back. You look back one day and say, "This was God." Like I say, this is God, and this is me now. I've been through fire, but I don't look like I've been through fire.
Wow, you are refined gold.
Yeah.
Baby girl, just the other day, you got fever. Tell us about the fever. Because the devil is really pursuing. Close the remarks with the fever.
Those are things, I call them the side shows za shetani.
Yes.
Akijaribu kuni bring down.
Yes.
I had fever. It was COVID. Nikaambiwa ni isolate in my house. But I think it was...
A newly married woman.
Yeah.
How can you isolate? And
Myself.
the woman is there. No, I'm just asking. You are married just there. The man is just there. A young man, vibrant, and has gotten a wife. Now, one who isolate devil is a bastard. Now, you are isolated.
I talked to the devil and I told him, when do utaje isolate? I am not isolating myself. I have children. I have a husband. Yes, si kutoka nje ya nyumba yangu, but nilikuwa kwa nyumba with my family. Nilikaa two bedrooms siku mbili tatu nikashindwa, what is this now? I will not give him airplay. I will not give the devil airplay. And nikaambia Mungu, if you wanted me to be alone with you, this is it. I will not go out. I'll speak to you. I'll sit, but I'm not isolating myself. I have my husband, you gave him to me. Na ni wangu, si ulinipea? How do you want me to isolate myself? 3 days, 4 days sikuwa naji-isolate. Nilikunywa ndimu. So, uliniambia nikunywe pineapple. Nikakunywa pineapple, nikakaa kwa nyumba yangu.
Wow.
Every room.
After 14 days?
Yeah.
You are negative?
I'm negative. Nikaenda hosini. Nikaambia daktari, hata nyinyi mlikuwa mnanichezea, mimi sikuwa na COVID. It's just fever like other fevers.
My loved one, my loved viewer, it has been one of the best interviews ever. I want to appreciate God what he's doing. The best thing about it is nobody is coming here and saying they have let go. We are not letting go of God. We have seen him as a God, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Nisi, El Shaddai, and a great father. He has been to one of the wing. I assure you, he's not going to let you go. Please get inspired before you expire. The Lord is still having you in your hands. God bless you for coming. Many, many more blessings. And we are waiting to receive the bundle of joy. Amen. I still say it again. Shalom. Till next Saturday. God bless you. Wow.
She's a woman, life giver, a mother with dreams and visions, but through pain and tears overtold.